Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, and today we're taking a look at my Remington 870 Hardwood home defense. This is a 12 gauge pump action shotgun with an 18.5-inch barrel and a 7 shell, I guess in 2 3/4 inch, 7 shell magazine capacity. So this is a shotgun that I bought like a year or two before Remington had gone bankrupt. You know, Remington went bankrupt and they got bought up by another company and they kind of got restructured. Now they're back. I bought this about a year or two before that happened, and I feel like it kind of shows. So this is called the Hardwood home defense. Let's go through that. Let's go back to front as I like to go. We'll start with the stock. And I'm going to have some good things to say, and I'm going to have some bad things to say about this gun. First of all, the gun does look attractive. Got this nice wood stock on here. The checkering is a little subtle, but it's got a nice little semi-pistol grip there. Nice little R there. Again, the stock looks attractive. The light that I'm using makes it look a little more glossy than it actually is, but I like the wood on the gun. If you ever play Resident Evil 2, the Resident Evil 2 remake, the fully upgraded shotgun is this. That's the gun from the game. They don't call it that because I think legally they can't, but the gun in Resident Evil 2 is the Remington 870 Hardwood home defense. Got a nice rubber butt pad here. Trying to show more of that. Nice and thick, and it definitely helps absorb the recoil a little bit. There is no provision for a sling in the back of the shotgun, so I went and got this Amazon cheap thing that wraps around. You know, you would think for a home defense shotgun you would have something a little bit set up, to be honest. Going forward, we have the steel receiver. Looks nice. It kind of has more of a Parkerized finish to it. You got a cross bolt safety here. Trigger guard. Trigger guard are plastic, however I don't mind that. This is the bolt release that if the gun was locked forward and you wanted to open it up, you hit this button. Opens up like that. This is the loading gate. Put shells in there, if you didn't know. Ejection port. Oh, looks good. Not really drilled or tap for a scope of any kind. Not a whole lot going on this side. Guess that would be the serial number. Just says Remington 870, so it doesn't actually say Hardwood home defense on here. Keep going. Again, 18.5-inch barrel. It is marked 12 gauge, 2 3-inch or 3-inch shells. An attractive looking wood pump, I'll give them that. Looks nice. No provision for a flashlight. You know, for a home defense shotgun, maybe you should have a flashlight on there. So I mounted this cheap thing. This is like a Monstrum cheapo compact light, which I put on certain things where I want a light, but I don't want to pay a lot. And whatever this clamp on thing was I got. The gun actually came with this attachment here. So this kind of barrel clamp, it came with that. So that was a nice extra. Did actually come with a sling stud in the front, not in the back. I don't know why. And you know, the magazine, it came like this. The barrel, the magazine clamp, it all came like that. So that is the Remington 870 Hardwood home defense. I have to say, it looks like a pretty well put together shotgun. It looks nice. This is a cylinder choke, fixed cylinder choke, and has just a simple bead sight. And I gotta say, it's an attractive looking shotgun. It looks nice. But the thing is, it works okay. Works okay. I'll say that loading is pretty good. Loading is pretty easy. Actually, loading the shells in there, that's actually done pretty well. This, you know, this little lifter elevator, that goes out of the way pretty easy. It's pretty easy to load. I would say this is probably a little easier to load than like a Mossberg 500. I don't know. It just seemed a little bit smoother. Maybe that's just particular examples, but loading is easy. I'll give them that. The idea of kind of like open this up, throwing a single shell in, closing it, that works pretty well. So what's the problem? there's two things. First of all, the ejection, when you're actually racking the slide, racking the handle to eject a shell, it comes out pretty weakly. Now I did that pretty softly, but even if you go, it kind of just barely falls out. Now I don't know what's going on in there. If there's an ejector, or this piece right here is not as strong as it should be. It's not really kicking them out. I'm trying to show that part. Yeah, that part right there. If you could replace that with a better or stronger one, it would eject more positively. But I owned a Mossberg Maverick 88, and that thing chucked those shells out. That's how I remember it. It's been a long time, but I remember it just throwing them across the room. It's just barely... Sometimes it doesn't come out. Sometimes it gets stuck in there. Sorry if I hit the camera. Which I did. So, it ejects very weakly. And yesterday, I took it to the range, just try it out. I hadn't shot in a while. And I wanted to do some patterning. Just wanted to shoot to see how it printed on paper. So, alright, so what do we got here? Oh my god. So this is me shooting 10 yards. 10 yards, and I believe shooting at 10 yards, and I'm aiming right here. You see, like, the one BB got there. And I believe that for 10 yards, it's like this. This is 10 yards. So it's a little high, a little spread out. So I put 5 shells, 10 yards here. Got like this. And I feel like I'm holding okay. Like, I'm not an expert on shotguns, but... And then I brought it to 20 yards. And it's just all this, it's just so spread out. Over here. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm hitting the next target. I'm hitting the next target. This is printing so high and so spread out. This is like video game patterning. Look how it's just 5 shells right here. And I'm getting stuff everywhere. I'm on other targets. What is this? I don't know. Now I'll say I'm not an expert on shotguns. This is the ammo I was using, by the way. This is Nobel brand low recoil buckshot. And what that low recoil means is that's like 100 feet per second slower than normal, which is kind of nice to attain the recoil at 12 gauge. You see the BBs in there. Now, I don't know what it was that did that. Is it the shotgun? Is it the ammo? Is it me? I'm not a shotgun expert. Is that like acceptable pattern out of a 12 gauge shotgun with a cylinder bore at 20 yards? I don't know. I would say it's not. Again, I'm not an expert on shotguns. Just a regular guy, just giving my opinion. But as nice as this particular example of Remington 870 looks, I just like the looks of it, for one thing. I don't care for the performance. The recoil is okay. It does a good job taming the recoil. But it ejects weakly. It prints really high, and the patterns are really loose. And just, I know Remington has gone through their bankruptcy, and I know that there's a new company in, but just looking at this particular example and how it actually works, I can't recommend it. Can't. And I guess that's where we'll end the video, unfortunately. A gun that just looks really nice and just really doesn't quite work as well as I think it should. And maybe it's me. Maybe I'm wrong. Who am I to say? Anyway, this has been Steven from the Even Steven channel. Do not recommend the Remington 870 as I see it. Sorry. But we will get another video next time, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.